Click record. Sorry. There you go.
All right. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to tonight's Zoom call. We are excited that you have decided to join us tonight to spend the next 30 minutes with us learning a little bit more about Purium. My name is Sandra Cotto, and I've been with Purium for just about nine months now, and it's been an incredible journey, both on the health and the financial level. Tonight, I'm also going to be facilitating this with my brand partners, and they'll be sharing a little bit about their stories as well. So, I'm going to be talking to you about the whole life transformation that Purium offers, health and wealth. You'll learn about Purium, a company of over 20 years, who the founders are, and why it's the best nutrition solution for health, the health problem in our country today. So, you'll hear firsthand from Purium brand partners whose lives have been completely transformed by this business. And more important, you'll learn how easy it is to start your own transformation for your health and financial freedom. We all know someone who's had or has had cancer or diabetes, heart disease, and many other lifestyle diseases. And now more than ever, there's awareness of the big problem today with the state of food in this country. Our bodies are constantly being bombarded with toxins. One source of toxins are ultra processed, what we call Franken foods. And why are people eating these foods? Well, because of busy lifestyles and enabling poor food choices, which in turn result in lack of sleep, low energy, brain fog, digestive issues, and even worse. These foods and even many supplements are laden with chemicals, sugar, inflammatory oils, artificial dyes, artificial sweeteners, pesticides, and glyphosate are linked to lifestyle diseases like diabetes, leaky gut, cardiovascular disease, and cancer. Glyphosate, the toxic chemical in Roundup weed killer, is found in many of these foods and even in foods that some might consider to be healthy. So, glyphosate is a mineral descaler. It's patented as an antibiotic. It's insidious, virtually impossible to avoid. It's toxic and disruptive to the gut microbiome and has been linked to leaky gut, autoimmune disease, non Hodgkin's lymphoma, and many other cancers. It's what we call the silent killer. Why is it important to have a healthy gut microbiome? Well, because 70% of our immune system is in the gut. 90 to 95% of serotonin, the feel good hormone, is made in the gut. So, poor gut health can be related to low mood, anxiety, and depression. And if your gut is compromised, for example, from leaky gut, you can't absorb the nutrients. So, the Purium solution, the Purium Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation, is a real food solution that is also convenient and even for the busiest of lifestyles. I think that's one of the really great keys is that it is super convenient. It's simple to follow, 90-day program that includes several different products that you see here, contains a component that is proven in a human study to remove glyphosate, a delicious superfood shake, one of my favorites, that is nutrient dense and satisfying, a high quality protein, 10 tablets equals to the protein synthesis of a 12.5-ounce steak. Crazy, huh? A parasite cleanse, a natural sleep support. And this is why people feel so good when they're on this program because their cells are being fed and nourished while gently detoxifying. And we know there's no shortage of people who need to lose weight, gain energy, improve their digestion, sleep better, and lift that brain fog. And the ultimate lifestyle transformation really checks off all of these boxes. So you can see here the Purium Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation has transformed thousands of people's lives. And these are just a handful. I take a look at Mark and Jessica here in the middle, 37 combined pounds lost. You see the before and after pictures, even some skin issues being looking so much better after being on the program. Let's talk about who is behind this company and these high quality products. Who's behind this great company that's been around for over 20 years? Dave Sandoval and Amy Venner. They're both on a mission to help people get off these harmful frankenfoods and give them real nutrition that's affordable, it's convenient, it's accessible, and really important, they've partnered with regenerative and organic farmers all over the world to create a trusted expert superfood community. We have Amy Venner, who is our CEO, co-founder, and co-owner. She's the mom of two girls, had a personal health journey that helped her see the importance of real nutrition that is convenient, accessible, and affordable. And Dave Sandoval, who is our formulator. He was mentored by the giants in the holistic health world, like Ann Wigmore and Dr. Bernard Jensen. A personal experience of losing a loved one to lifestyle disease is what really inspired Dave to get on this mission. And we are just excited to be on this mission along with him. And so at this point, I'm going to hand it over to Melinda, who's going to take over from here and share some more with you. Melinda, over to you.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. My name is Melinda, and you'll get to hear my story a little bit later on tonight. But back to Dave and Amy, they have high integrity, and it's infused into the mission of this company in so many ways. It's reflected. And first, they're the manufacturer. When you turn over their packaging, you'll see the words manufactured by on the label. And after this Zoom meeting, I ask you to go to your supplements at home, turn your packages over, and most likely you'll see the words manufactured for. And we'll explain there's a little bit of a difference. By being the manufacturer themselves, they have control over every aspect of what goes into making these products. So let me give you an example. When the delivery truck approaches the manufacturing facilities and they inspect the ingredients inside the products, if they see anything like mold or bugs, they are able to reject that as the manufacturer. If they were not, they would not have that option. They would not be able to do that. So this is a picture of our friend Kieve. You'll be hearing from her later. And so when you attain the rank of Diamond Club, you have the chance to earn a trip and get a tour of the facility. And it's really fascinating. You get to witness the facility, you get to hear about how the ingredients and the products are made and about their process of how they make them. So let's go over what really makes these products special. So first of all, they are all certified organic. Purium has the only proven glyphosate solution. You will never find any binders, fillers, anything artificial. It's convenient and affordable, and that's the beauty of it because that helps people be consistent with it and their health goals. And also there is in-house and third-party testing. So this company has taken the initiative to transition to plastic-free, compostable packaging, biodegradable. All except one product is left. But it is so important because for the environment and also for our health. If you see here, the article that's referenced here, that there is about, according to one study, a teaspoon of microplastics in people's brains. And that's just crazy because the studies are coming out what this is becoming linked to as far as chronic illness. And so by doing this, by going plastic free, Purium has saved over 300,000 pounds of plastic from going into the environment. So why now? Why is it the ideal time to partner with Purium? Well, people are prioritizing their health more than ever. And you can create an extra income to offset inflation, all from home or really wherever you choose to work. The time is right to build a plan B before you ever even need it. And you get to diversify your income. You don't have to rely on just one source. You'll be able to share powerful result-driven nutrition that people will reorder monthly. And that's where you get your residual income. And you'll be aligned with a trusted, more than 20-year-old company with proven stability and leadership. So when you search for the top recession-proof business categories, food and nutrition and health consistently come to the top of the list. So Purium is a perfect marriage of both. It offers the powerful opportunity in wellness and nutrition that thrives in really any economy. So trading time for dollars. This business model offers residual income that you can leverage. See, most people will trade time for money, but time, of course, is limited. With Purium, you're able to build an income and create more time. That's the beauty of it. And how do we do that? With leverage. So here's an illustration. Let's say you put 10 hours a week to building your business. Now, imagine if you can find 5 friends who want to join you and do the same. They're each investing only 10 hours a week. Together, combined, that's 60 hours of effort happening every week, but you yourself are still just putting 10 hours of work in. That's the power of leverage, earning beyond just your own time. Now we're going to hear from some of our friends who've done exactly that. And we're going to bust some common myths first. So the first myth, it says only the people who get in at the beginning can succeed. You have to get in on the ground floor. Well, clearly, from what you'll hear tonight, most people actually have not been in this business very long. Let's see who the next one is. I believe it's
Yes.
Sandra. Sandra, can you share your story a little bit with us?
Thank you, Melinda. Thank you so much. Yeah, so you can see here that I just joined recently in 2024. But in actuality, this was presented to me, these superfoods, over 5 years ago. I was really looking for something clean and wanting to really nourish my body. And I started using the products. And for whatever reason, life happened, and then I didn't, move forward with the products. And here I am, 5 years later, reintroduced to the products again, even though I had used them off and on throughout those 5 years, and decided, wow, this is something that is so supportive to me that I wanted to jump in and be a part of this community as well. And I was going through a time where I was going through my life changes, and I was putting on weight. I was feeling the bloat. I was having the brain fog. I was having it all. And I was like, I need something that is going to be supportive for me. And I knew that Purium, being so clean and such a high quality nutrition program, that I wanted to do this program. So in December, I started on my 90-day ultimate lifestyle transformation, was feeling great. January of 2025 came, and I was ready to get going in the year and, continue on with my goals. And unfortunately, my dad had a fall and became ill and was in the hospital for several months. And I had to be there. I elected to be there with him to support him in his 3 months there in the hospital. And I was doing this all while on my ultimate lifestyle transformation. And I have to say that I'm so thankful for being on these products and using them during this super stressful time in my life, where I ultimately lost my dad in March. But I was there with him every day, and I had my superfoods with me. And my dad had RSV, which is very contagious, and several of my family members had gotten ill from him from being in the hospital and visiting him. And I was the only one who did not get sick. And I was literally sleeping with my dad every night for off and on for 3 months while he was ill. And I really feel that because of using these products, my immune system was strong, and it was able to really support me during this really stressful time. So that was just phenomenal for me. In turn, I did lose some weight, and I felt much better. A lot of the bloating had gone away, some of the brain fog had lifted, and was really feeling great. And also knowing that I can share these products with other people as well that are going through some of the similar things that I am. And I love the fact that, it's a residual income that I can wake up in the morning and know that I've made a sale while I was sleeping, and that somebody, is going to be getting these amazing superfoods to nourish and detox their body. And so it's been very supportive of my health, as well as those that I know will benefit from this as well. So that's a little bit about my story. I love this company. I love what they're about, and I love being a part of the movement. So thank you, Melinda.
Thank you, Sandra. What a powerful story. And next, we're going to be hearing from Kiev. She also has been with Purium not too long.
Hi. Sorry.
Hi, Kiev.
I'm in control of the slides and I couldn't see anything anymore. Okay. Thank you so much for inviting me here. I'm so happy to be doing this with you guys and sharing the power of these superfoods and of this business. My story actually started 6 years ago. So in 2019, I was initially introduced to the superfoods. I didn't have any health ailments or anything, but I was a really, really, really busy mom of a toddler. I had two businesses going on, and life was happening, and I was just tired. And sometimes when you're a mom and you're that busy, it's hard to get that good nutrition in, even though I had been already on a health journey for over 15 years. Had gone plant-based and always paid attention to what food I was putting in my body. But when you have a family, a growing family, it gets a little bit harder to make sure you have all the nutrients that you need. And so when these came into my life, I was like, wow, this is so easy, and it is so fast. It's convenient. It's affordable. It takes you less than 2 minutes in a day. And I just thought they were amazing. I just loved them so much. They let me get by throughout the day. And in February 2020, so about 8 months later after I was introduced to these, I was in Belize. So like I said, I have two businesses that I've been running for over a decade. And I did that because I wanted to be free. I didn't want to have a boss. I didn't want anybody telling me where I had to be, when I had to be there. It's just not in me. My biggest goal in life is to be free. And so I started my businesses. In February 2020, right before COVID hit, I went to Belize. I was there with my 3-year-old son at the time. He's like chasing back and forth in the waves, and I'm sitting there. I'm drinking my green juice, my superfoods, because I bring them everywhere I go. And I had to get on the plane back to cold Montreal, Canada, the very next day. And I didn't want to get on that plane. It's like the winter wonderland in Canada, in the city, it's not white. It's slushy, it's brown, it's cold. You're just going in and out of your car. And I didn't want to go back, but I had to go back because I had to go run my business. I had to go make my product. I had to go package it. I had to go market it. I had to go ship it. So I had to get back on that plane. And all of a sudden, I'm sitting there on the beach with my son, drinking my green juice. And I'm like, wouldn't it be great if there was a company that would make the product for you and package the product for you and ship the product for you, and all I had to do was share? I wouldn't have to get on that plane tomorrow. And in that moment, I look into my hands and I'm drinking this green juice. And if there is a God, and if there is a higher, power out there, it couldn't be more clear, because I had the answer in my hands. I was like, I love this green juice. I love these superfoods. I've been using them for 8 months. All I need to do is share. And so that's what I started doing. And you know what? It took some time. Okay. But 2 years later, fast forward to February 2022, I was making enough residual income to cover my mortgage. You know what that means? That means I didn't have to worry about rent. I don't have to worry about my mortgage, because the money, the time and energy I had invested throughout those 2 years became residual income. So for the past 3 years, I haven't had to worry about my mortgage being paid for. So imagine not worrying about about covering your rent. Or maybe it's not your rent. Maybe it's your car payment, or maybe it's your phone bill or your grocery bill, whatever it is. I was able to make enough residual income that I make that money in my sleep and make sure that on the first of the month, my mortgage goes right through. And it's been like that for the past 3 years. Now, that's the kind of freedom I'm talking about. Just having that freedom to be worry free about having a roof over your heads because you're making residual income. So I now shout it, loud and proud to the entire world of what's really possible. It's not just about your health and feeling energized and feeling good. It's also about the financial freedom that comes with it and having the time and location freedom. And that speaks so loud, and it's so, so, so valuable. So back to you, Melinda. I think we've got another
Beautiful.
myth to bust.
Yes, beautiful story, Kiev. Even just in a short time, what you've accomplished.
Thank you.
Thanks for your share. All right, let's look at another myth. We're going to debunk this. This common myth, it says, I'm not a health expert, so I can't do this. The truth is, you don't need to be a health expert. You just need to be coachable. You need to follow our simple, proven system. And so we're going to hear my story next. So I joined Purium in 2020. I just had my second baby. I was 43 years old. I had a toddler at home and a newborn. And my second postpartum experience was completely different. First time around, I was exhausted. It was the type of exhaustion that no one prepared me for. And when we go to all the baby well visits, those newborn visits, no one really ever puts a lot of emphasis on the mother's health. And so second time around, I was older. I had a baby, a toddler and a newborn. And guess what? I should have felt even more exhausted, but I felt even more better. And the only thing that was different was that I was incorporating these superfoods. So instead of having that brain fog and exhaustion and just like that foggy feeling and not, even though I was able to get some sleep, I just never felt energized. I didn't feel like my old self. But with these superfoods, my recovery was within weeks, I was back at it. So a little bit fast forward to that, when the pandemic hit, I had, as a special education teacher, we were thrown immediately online. And so I got the taste for the first time of what it feels like to work from home with my kids. That's what put the bug in me to how can I make this happen? And so my brother turned to me and said, Melinda, you're already consuming these superfoods. Why don't you join me in this business? And so I did. And now what I love about it, I feel so confident to be able to share something that I know is helping people. I've had several testimonials of my own clients who have transformed their health, really upgraded it. Now I'm getting brand partners, holistic health practitioners who are turning around and recommending it to their clients who are feeling the benefits. And I can't tell you, as a special education teacher, it's no secret, teachers get paid a very minimal amount for the work that we do. And not only that, our raises are very minimal. Last year, we received a 2% raise. That does not even cover the cost of inflation. But the beauty about having a business that you can create on your own time, in little pockets of time during your day. I'm a full-time teacher. I build my business on my lunch break. When I get home, little pockets there. And I am able to give myself a bonus every month with no cap limit. So that is really powerful. And I'm really enjoying the process, the journey of building something that is my own, something that I believe in. So next we're going to hear from not my brother, because he unfortunately has technical difficulties, but I think enough about his story that I can relay it. I'll keep it short. So my brother joined in 2012. He was not necessarily looking for anything like this. He came from the corporate background, very high stressful. I mean, he shares with me, he probably worked about 70 to 80 hours a week. And he was burnt out. He went into an organic restaurant. He was approached by someone who struck up a conversation with him about healthy living and handed him a gift card. That gift card changed his life. It was a Purium gift card. And when you become a brand partner, everyone gets their own discount code that you share. So he signed up. He had an incredible transformation. He got off coffee, which was up to 8 cups of coffee a day. He got off coffee. He dropped weight, inflammation, and his energy soared. And it wasn't wasn't fake energy. It was energy based on real nourishment. And so he joined the business. And as he worked his corporate job, he continued to build his business on the side, again, like me, working full time, but still consistently building it. And now I'm happy to report that my brother has an organization of over 100,000 people. In 2020, he was able to retire from his hectic corporate job. And then a few years later, even his wife, my sister-in-law, was able to retire. So now this is his mission. He's so fulfilled doing this. He is able to pour now into developing future leaders and helping future clients have their transformations. So very powerful story. And he's a great mentor that we all have access to.
Thank you, Melinda. Thank you for sharing your brother's story as he figures out his technical.
I hope I did a good job at it.
You did a great job. And I just have to say, I was there when he was able to quit that corporate job. I remember that day so vividly. And it's something that I am so grateful to have been able to witness that day and to have been there and to have been part of that journey, because
super exciting.
Yeah, it was super exciting. So great job, Eric. And thank you, Eric, for sharing all the gift cards after that. Okay, so now that you've heard all the testimonials and how in love we are with this business, how in love we are with the superfoods, you're probably thinking like the big question, how do I make money with Purium? Well, it's super simple. The first thing you want to do is get your products paid for, right? Because the first thing you're going to do is you're going to invest into your own health, and you're going to purchase an ultimate lifestyle transformation and go through all the health benefits. But you want to earn that money back, and you can do that within less than 10 days. All you need is 2 or 3 customers and or brand partner. Okay. And then from there, you'll have $250 in commissions. Okay. And because you'll have made over $1,000 worth of customer sales, you actually get a K Club bonus, which is a $25 bonus. And on top of that, you'll have reached a fast start bonus. So that's $100 for a total earned $375 US. Okay. So that's your first step. The second thing is, on top of your commissions for a certain amount of time, you have $6,500 sitting on the table just in fast start bonuses. So you can start making money right away while you build a long-term residual income with our fast start bonus program. Once that fast start bonus program is done for you, you can actually keep earning matching bonuses. So you can earn up to $4,000 in matching fast start bonuses. What does that mean? That means that every time you help your brand partners achieve those fast start bonuses, you have the opportunity to get up to $4,000 for each brand partner that you help achieve their goals. Beyond that, so beyond the commissions and the fast start bonuses, you have limitless long-term earning potential. You have leadership bonuses up to $10,000 on top of profit and profit sharing pools. So you can even earn generous monthly recurring cash bonuses and profit sharing throughout your journey with this business as you build this business, which is a really, really fun thing to do, because we're just talking bonuses, right? We're not even talking about the commissions that you're getting off sharing these superfoods. So here's what's possible for long-term monthly residual income. The arrows over here will show you where we're all at. Everyone who just spoke, we have Eric at 4-star crown, I'm at diamond, we have a director, we have a builder. And so this is limitless, uncapped income, long-term earning potential. So on top of that, you have mentorship and support for free. So we have one-on-one coaching calls, we have mentorship support, we have corporate team trainings, we have all the resources right at your fingertips, and we're all there to support one another. One of the most wonderful things within Purium and building this business is that you're in business for yourself, but you're never by yourself. We're a whole community of people that are there to support each other, uplift each other, and navigate through everything that happens in business. So it's also really, really fun, and you get to make wonderful new friends as you move forward. So how do you get started? That's the biggest question. It's really, really simple. Start your own 90-day program and have your own health results, feel the benefits of these superfoods and what they can do for you. And then if you're coachable and motivated and you love helping others, this is for you. So you might be ready to join as a brand partner already, or maybe you simply want to have a health transformation and start using the product yourself. Either way, get back to the person who invited you to this Zoom, or maybe you're watching the recording, and they'll be able to answer all the questions that we didn't really go through on this Zoom call. And from there on, you can determine what the right track is for you. You can do that together because, like I said, you're always supported, always, always, always. And it's one of another beauty of this business, to have that kind of support. And so we're just going to stop the recording now and open up to questions and answers. Some questions are sometimes a little bit intimate, so we're going to stop recording. But before I stop recording, I just want to say thank you to everybody who came to watch, who are here, who decided to spend those 30 minutes with us, and everyone who's watching the replay. Please reach out to the person who invited you here, and I wish you the best of luck and the best journey as you start your new health and wealth transformation.
Thank you, Kieve.
Beautiful.
Hello.
Hello.
I stopped recording. We have Leah Sanchez here. Jenna's here. Whitney's still here. Hi. If you have any questions, we're opening it up to questions. Questions, comments, suggestions, anything.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yes.
So several of you had mentioned multiple times that Purium is very affordable.
Mhm.
I know that that's probably the most common comment that I get is it's not affordable to most people, or it appears that way. What would you respond to that with?
So I used to get this question a lot, and I used to think that too. I used to think, because when you see, and especially I'm in Canada, okay, keep this in mind. So I have, on top of just the cost of the products, we have the currency exchange, we have the extra shipping fees, and we have 15% tax. So add already a 15% over that, So I definitely thought that. And you know what I started doing? I started walking into, for the past 5 years, every health food store I walk into, every single one of them. Every time somebody mentions to me a different company, AG1, for example, any one of them, I go on the website, or I go pick up the protein powder. I'm doing the bins because they're plastic bins, right? I pick those up. I take pictures of the ingredients. I take pictures of how many grams of protein powder or meal replacement or any of these products, anyone that we might have, gut protocols, amino acids. I take pictures of the price. I take pictures of what's in there. I take pictures of how many grams are in there. And honestly, when you start doing that, even in Canada, as someone who's paying more, you see, my kids are coming in. You see, yeah, give me 1 second. You see that Purium is actually a lot more affordable than anything you're seeing on the market. And so once you start, just go do that research. Go into every health food store. Go look at the apothecary, the tart cherry. None of it is as potent as the one that we have. None of them. Try them, buy them, try them. You'll see they're not as potent. They're around the same price, if not more. And that will solidify your knowledge around the price of these products. Does that answer your question a little bit?
And can I add something to that too?
Yeah, please.
What I like to share when someone creates that as an objection, I like to tell them, I want you to think of this as shifting your cost. So instead of going to the grocery store, you're going to actually be saving money on your groceries, because this is not, you're not adding to your food cost. You're just shifting your spending from food from the grocery store to some of it consumed by superfoods. And what was the other point? I mean, the cost to have to make all those superfoods. I mean, like if you look at the Power Shake, I think there's like 14 different superfoods
Yeah,
to
16.
how much? How many?
16
15?
in the
Okay,
power, 16 in the Power Shake. Yeah.
okay. So to recreate that,
It's gonna
we wouldn't
cost.
even be able to recreate that. So for under $3 a serving, you are getting a massive amount of nutrition. It fast, convenient, live living food for under $3 a serving. It's really it's untouchable. So, and not to mention, here's another thing that I share with people, not to mention when you start consuming these superfoods and you get this type of a nourishment, look at my brother. How much does 8 cups of coffee a day cost times 7 days a week?
Yeah, exactly.
We create very expensive habits. People are running around with sweet tooths or, not that we can still enjoy our sweets once in a while, but for some people, these are real addictions. Ultra processed foods, bags of chips, cartons of ice cream. So when you nourish your body, you really start realizing that you don't really need as much of those empty calories as you think you do. So it's a different way to live and to look at things.
Yeah, I just want to make a quick point too. Those are both great points, ladies. I had a call. I had two calls. I had a call today and I had a call yesterday with someone, a potential client. And instead of, when they asked me, well, how much it is, right? And all of what you said was amazing too. I go into it and just say it's as little as $13 a day and you get 2 meals. Where can you go at a fast food restaurant and get, two great meals for $13? But you're getting the nutrition and the nourishment. This is high quality nutrition. It's nutrient dense. So I go into it with the $13 a day or whatever it is, 12.92 or something like that. But I just say it's as little as $13 a day. Let them do the math, and then they figure it out. Okay, yeah, it's 384 or whatever the case is. But I think sometimes hearing the $13 a day, just in their mind is a little bit better than, $385. Like, oh my God. And of course, like you said, Melinda, too, about the grocery bill, right? Because they're thinking that this is on top of what they're already spending. No, you're saving money because you're getting 2 meals a day for as little as $13. That's amazing.
We
We have someone who has their
Yeah,
hand up.
we have Eric who has their hand up, but I just want to add on that as well. And we're adding so much because Naeva, who's a friend of ours, she just posted a picture 2 days ago, and it was she went out to eat. She went out to the restaurant and she bought a salad. And the salad was literally just like lettuce, some like grated carrots, and that was it with like some dressing on top. And it cost her $13. And she was like, for $13 a day, you can literally have your 2 meals, your pre and probiotic, your amino acids, so the building blocks of protein, your tart cherry, and a parasite cleanse. And so,
And your vitamins,
yeah,
like you don't need to take your multivitamins.
yeah. So it's just a mindset shift,
Exactly.
and we're there to help people, redirect the money. The money is always there, just redirect it to where it should go. I hope that helped, Jenna.
That was a
Eric,
long answer.
please unmute yourself if your microphone is working now, and please come.
I got a microphone. I have a microphone. But Jenna, we get this question all the time, of course, and there's a lot of different ways to answer it. Funny thing, in the airport in California, you can ask my sister, I spent $8 on a bottle of alkaline water. And guess what? I looked behind me in the line, and I wasn't the only one doing it. So it's interesting because people will spend money on certain things and then other things seem expensive to them. But I heard this one response recently, and I thought it was kind of cool. So I'm going to share it with you guys. When someone says, oh, well, this is expensive, say, absolutely, 100% it is. You agree with them. But let me explain why the company chose quality over a cheap price. And then you go in to explain to them. why they made a conscious decision to choose quality. Because unfortunately, I mean, there's a cost of production. So when you dehydrate at low temperatures, like they do, it's going to cost more to make. When you use compostable packaging, it's going to cost more to make. When you go organic, it's going to cost more to make. When you don't use any binders or fillers or artificial flavors or sweeteners, which volumize a product, making it cheaper, even though it looks like you're getting 2.2 pounds, but you're actually getting 1.5 pounds of actual product and the rest is fillers, it costs more to make. So it's a matter of choice. And you could just explain them. This is why I've chosen to partner with this company, because they choose quality, and quality is everything that I stand for. And that's a really powerful response. But there's a lot of ways to respond to it. I like breaking it down daily because people do spend a lot more on one meal than $13 a day, and they end up spending sometimes more on a beverage than they do on that. So it's just breaking it down for them and making it a little bit more manageable. But there's a lot of different responses. I just wanted to add to that.
Good.
Sometimes the best way to handle an objection is to just agree with it
And then
instead of trying
reinforce.
to dispute it. Like, just agree with it, but give them an explanation of why. Because it
Yeah.
takes it almost kind of takes the wind out of their sail in a way. Like, if you just straight up try to do, well, let me just tell you that. Well, just, yeah, absolutely, you're absolutely right. It's more expensive. I mean, that's why there's different types of cars on the road, right? There's cars that are like over $1 million, over a couple $1 million, probably over $3 million, and there's cars that are like $20,000. There's different types of cars. Now, depends what kind of car you're looking for. Why is a Bentley so expensive? Why is it so expensive versus an entry level Toyota? Why? There's reasons for it. So those are the things. So it's just understanding. The other thing is just understanding your market too. Is the person that you're speaking with, do they value those things even? Is organic important to them? Is a clean product important? Or do they just simply shop based on price? Because we have to recognize one thing: not everyone is in our market. Not everyone is our market. We're looking for our market. We're looking for the people that appreciate quality nutrition. And that's what you're going to find much better success when you qualify a bit and just find out what their priorities are, and do those priorities align with what Purium has chosen to be a priority and what we've all chosen as a priority, because that's why we've chosen purity, because it's important to us. We know there's tons of options and choices in the marketplace, and we're not just shopping on price, because if we did, we'd probably choose otherwise. But those are the things important to us, and we're looking for people who are of the same mindset. They also prioritize quality and purity over anything. So when you're talking to those kind of people, I've had a number of people tell me, but why isn't the product more expensive? I don't understand. How are they able to offer all of that for this little? I've had more than a few people tell me that as well, which tells me I'm speaking to the right kind of person, because they see the value in it. So I hope that helps a little bit.
Thank you so much, Eric. Thank you for that insight.
You're welcome.
Appreciate that. Whitney, got your hand raised. Tell me.
I do. I just wanted to sort of add something that I remember Eric mentioned in one of his calls that made a lot of sense to me, kind of speaking to the cost or the price of the whole transformation, the ULT. With the objection of cost, the price to what you guys all just kind of shared so well about, the objection, but more about how the products, because there could be people, oh, I just want to buy a single product versus the whole ULT because I just can't afford it right now. But the way the products work together synergistically is really going to give that optimal result, right? And so I think to Eric mentioned, it's like thinking of a table with four legs. And Eric, you could probably share this better than I can. But I just remember that example so clearly because it made perfect sense. A table on three legs doesn't work as well as a table on four legs, right? And so you want all of those pieces that have already been perfectly put together and are tried and true together. So, when people do object to the cost of the ULT, I don't know, maybe somehow saying too, but what is your end goal in your health journey? Do you want optimal health? This here puts it all together, is the best way to get started, maybe, potentially, definitely.
Yeah, and this is where I share the value of me as well. I bring value. My knowledge, my experience, my guidance is worth something. And you can go on Amazon and you can buy a product that might be cheaper, maybe even might be similar. But are you going to get me with it? Because what is it worth to have? I mean, we all know when someone purchases a ULT, right? They're not just here's a box and hey, figure it out. Like they get support of someone who's used the product extensively, who's probably helped many other people use the product. Think about the experience when you go into a health food store and you buy a product off the shelf. What do you actually get with that? Because from my experience, I've asked the clerks like questions about it and they're clueless. 90% of the time, they've never used the product. And I ask them a question about an ingredient or where it comes from, and they'll take the product and turn it over and look on the back and start reading the label to themselves. And I'm like, I could have done that. Like, I'm not going to ask you a question. I could have just turned it over and read it myself. So you don't get that expertise when you buy something off Amazon. When you go into a health food store, you don't get that. We could easily charge hundreds of dollars of coaching services with the product, which we usually just give away for free, which blows my mind. I mean, because we all know when someone starts on our ULT program, we typically spend a few hours of time with them. Our time is valuable, and our clients are getting our valuable time, our coaching, our experience, our knowledge, along with a product. So what a tremendous value. We easily should charge 3 to 4 times what we charge with our coaching services. Easily. I mean, I'm seeing programs that don't even offer half as much and they're charging well over $1,000 easily. I'm seeing juice programs that are costing 3-day juice programs that cost $350 to $400 here in South Florida. 3 days. Yeah. And they don't come with super aminos, biomedic, okay? None of that's a parasite cleanse. They don't come with that. It's 3 days of a juice cleanse and it's $350 and people are paying it. That's a crazy thing. They're actually paying it, happily paying it. And I'm like, you know what? This is a steal what we have. $13 a day for 60 meals plus gut health and a parasite cleanse. I mean, we're undercharging. And if we include ourselves in the package, we should easily be able to charge 3 to 4 times what we are charging, easily. So we should be fully confident that this is a steal. It's a flat out steal. And we're looking for people who see that value, who recognize it. If they don't, they're not our market, flat out. It's not who we're looking for. We're looking for people that recognize the value, that appreciate it, and can help others do the same. So that's the bottom line with it.